Britt. This is my channel, Brittwriterly. It is a book and author tube where I talk about the intersections of literature and culture and my writing journey and writing tips and publishing snafus and all the stuff. So, welcome back. This is the February Honestea. I am happy to be more consistent with the honesties this year already. We're 2 for 2. Last year, there was like 3 for the whole year, or maybe 4, but I want to get back to it being a monthly thing. So here we are at the beginning of February. I'm here. I am here. I'm going to be wearing these a lot. These are comfort sweats. It's a whole little set. They're like oversized and weighted slightly, and they're supposed to be good for like stress and anxiety. So the truth is, you're going to be seeing not really variety, like 1 or 2 of these little comfort sets regularly. Don't worry, I'm cleaning them regularly also. But if you're looking for the looks, then look to my nails for the looks. But this, you might be seeing this a lot. Don't worry, it is a new day because I don't have the foresight and the capacity right now to be doing a whole bunch of bulk recording. And I'm also in a shared space, so I don't usually have the freedom to do a bulk recording where I just sit for 2-3 hours or whatever and just record in a quiet space. I don't have that right now. So it's a new day. It's a new Brit. It's going to be the same clean outfit. Because if you were there on my Friday sprints, you heard me say a lot going on right now. Stress to be had by all. So I'm just going to snuggle myself. Okay? Don't mind me. So let's get right into this month's Honestea. I am, for the first time in a long time, I feel like, actually drinking tea. It's tension tamer tea. It's very kind of spicy. I really like it. It's Tension Tamer by Celestial Seasonings. I like their brand. Okay, so let's start with you did that. So last month, my goals were to get consistent on author socials, to plan for my fantasy author platforms, to get better using the Canva app to prep because I could save content there and not worry that the audio was going to get stripped or something, and then finish draft 1 of #Second Romance, and then send Tales of Eliza Black to my critique partners. Now, what of that did I do? I did get consistent on my author socials. If you follow me on Brittwriterly, if you follow me on authorbrittneytrue on Instagram and or TikTok, and even like on YouTube, you have seen me posting consistently near every day in some form or fashion, whether it's a reel or a post or a story. You've seen me post something nearly every day for the past January, and I really do hope to continue that in February / figure out what my consistency really is. It really needs to be. Does it need to be every day? Can it be 3 times a week? Can it be on weekdays but not on weekends? Like, what is sustainable and what is necessary? So I've been good at that. I want to keep it up. I did that. I've been better at using Canva. And that's really the reason I've been able to be more consistent, because I use Canva for audio that I'm saving. If I'm like remixing someone else's reel or sequencing someone else's reel, I definitely want to make sure that audio stays safe, so I put it on Canva. And it also helps me to do a lot of like faceless reels where it's like aesthetics or mood boards of courting danger. I do that on Canva, and I can do a couple of those just from an hour or so on Pinterest, just getting a whole bunch of images and putting them in different reels and collections. That's been really helpful. Canva's been super, super helpful. I'm really, really glad that I followed through on using that as a tool for content creation, not just like YouTube thumbnails, which is what I usually use Canva for. That and like Instagram posts like that, but not reels. Reels I usually do like lip syncs or just sit there, press record and go and edit it in the app. But Canva has been revolutionary. I love it. Okay, what else? Sending Tales of Eliza Black. I didn't, but I will by the end of the week. That's going to go on the goals. So let's just go to the goals. Those are the things I did, right? I have been consistent on social media. I've been better at using Canva. That's what I did. My hashtag goals for February: launch A Church Girl's Guide to Courting Danger. It comes out February 13th. unknown yet if the audiobook will be able to come out on the same day as the ebook. Do I like this kind of last minute shenanigans? I really don't, but I'm also just not gonna stress myself out over it more than I can. The truth is, I have a lot of balls in the air. I'm going into my last year, my last semester of grad school. I'm on the job market. I have 2 podcasts. I run 5 social media platforms for me and like my job. Like, I'm doing a lot of crap right now. So, and that's like nothing about my church commitments, which also take up time, right? So I'm doing a lot. I'm not going to stress myself out on how fumbly the first book is, because first things tend to be a bit more awkward, especially if you're having to like direct it yourself. This would probably be a different experience if I was in trad pub. It definitely would, because I wouldn't be in charge of all these different things. But I'm an indie author, so the learning curve is just steep, and I've just told myself and keep telling myself to not sweat it, because I'm doing the best I can, and God's gonna have to cut the check for the rest, and He will. So launch Church Girl's Guide to Courting Danger with Minimal Stress is the goal for February. I will let y'all know if the audiobook is going to end up coming out on the 13th like the ebook. It's very possible that it will. I just don't know yet at this point in time. But the way to keep up with that is to follow me on here. Follow me on my socials, really, because that's where I can give just very quick minute-to-minute updates. So follow me on authorbrittneytrue on Instagram and TikTok, especially on Instagram, because that's like the stories. I use the stories on Instagram more than I even remember that TikTok has stories. But yeah, follow me on socials to get those sort of minute-to-minute updates. And if you do, or if you have pre-ordered the audiobook, don't worry. Like, it's gonna be out sometime in February. Like, it's not gonna be like, oh, it'll now be out in 6 months. It's not gonna be that. So don't worry about pre-ordering it. You'll just be pre-ordering something for the, like, usually when you pre-order something, you pre-order it a month or more out. My pre-orders weren't ready until like 2 days ago. So anyone pre-ordering is only gonna have to wait for a week. You may just end up having an actual pre-order experience, but no te preocupes, really. It's gonna be fine. When you read the book, you'll get that little razzle dazzle of Spanish. Anyway, so that's the first goal. The second goal is to actually send Tales of Lies Black to my critique partners, because I can't do nothing with it right now anyway. Like, there were a couple things that I wanted to do. I wanted to make a genealogy for all of my characters before I sent it off, in case I wanted to like sprinkle in an Easter egg of one of their ancestors' names. I wanted to reformat some things so that it was clearer, to get their opinion on if it was a clearer experience for them. The genealogy thing is just not going to happen, most likely. I just need to let that go. It's not going to happen. Might it happen in March when I get their feedback? Sure, but I really don't need to do that, so it doesn't matter whether I do it or don't. I could, but I really don't have to. And rereading that, I did a scanned reread of Tales of Eliza Black. Rereading it made that very clear to me. I really don't have to. I don't have to do that, because one thing that JL said, I mean, it was maybe like a year or so ago when Ashes of Gold was coming out, and I think it was in an IG live she was doing, was she really likes and prefers when second books, whether it's a duology or in a series, when second books introduce new characters. If the first book is just us picking up with the same old characters from the first book, it's a little bit less interesting, because we kind of feel like we already know them already. We're interested to see where they go, but it feels like the same world, and things can get stale that way. So you want to introduce new elements. So yes, I could Easter egg in someone's name. You wouldn't get it in the moment anyway. You'd see them and be, and some people would remember, oh, I saw that name in the first book, but some people wouldn't, and they wouldn't lose anything from not remembering that, right? So there's already characters who get referenced that you don't get to see as much, that you're going to get to see more of in Tales of Eliza Black 2. I'm not going to tell y'all that title yet, even though I haven't had it for a while. you're already going to get to see more of characters that are intriguing in Tales of Eliza Black, and you're already going to get to meet characters that you hear about in Tales of Eliza Black and Tales of Eliza Black 2. So I don't have to do any more Easter egging of like, I really don't have to. I really don't have to. So I'm going to let that go. Take that ball out of the air for myself. Take that burden off my back and just work on, let me go through and make sure the formatting is consistent on two particular elements of the story, and then I'm going to send it. So I do want, the goal is to really send Tales of Eliza Black and kind of to just like sit down and spend an hour, which is really all it would take to send it by the end of the week. That is my goal. So it's not even a month goal. It's a goal for the week to just send it to my critique partners so they can start having their time with it. It just draws out the whole entire process the longer I wait to send it. So that's goal 2. Goal 1, launch Courting Danger with the least amount of stress as possible. Goal 2, really send Tales of Eliza Black and stop worrying about the genealogy. Goal 3, to return to #second romance. I really wanted to be able to do more to finish the first draft of it this month, and that's just not been possible because of the different jobs that I'm juggling, in addition to how touch and go, high touch Courting Danger's launch has been. Like, it has required my attention heavily in a lot of administrative things to do stuff like get my Shopify website up there, test it, make sure the sales is working, test Book Funnel, which is my delivery service, to make sure that that's working, link to my website, like all these different things. Getting it on Kindle is this week's plan. So like that's just taken a lot, and obviously that has priority because the deadline is closing in. So I wanted to be able to work on second romance, but I also didn't want to force myself to do it, because right now I'm in a stage of like revision where I'm moving around things, but I don't feel like I'll really be able to appreciate the moves I'm making to be in the mindset of these characters that I'm working with, because I'm just not feeling creative. I'm feeling very administrative, which goes back to the thing I said in the first Honesty. You want to be able to take off the creative hat to put on the administrative hat when you have to, because it's hard to wear both, and it is. I can't spend all day frustrated about this password or this link or whatever, and then at night just be like, now I can be creative. And not even, like, to me, revision is creative administration. Like, if I'm just writing a scene, okay, cool, that's different, that's creative. But if I'm like, I need to move this scene to a particular part earlier, where should it be? That's creative administration. I can't do it. I can be creative and then do creative administration, but I can't do business administration and then do creative administration. My head isn't in the story enough to have the perspective I need to make that sort of bird's eye decision. So I'm going to let myself not worry about #second romance until the launch is complete for the ebook and the audiobook. The ebook is really the most high touch thing, because after that's done, the audiobook it'll be easier to put it through the processes of uploading and everything. But until the ebook is launched, I'll say I'm not gonna hold myself on a return to second romance. So it'll probably be the latter half of the month that I do return to it. I would love to finish it by the end of the month. I don't think that I will. I think that I could definitely finish it by the end of March. And that will have to be good enough for me. But yeah, I'm just this month really trying to let myself off the hook and set goals that are pressing and just the most pressing, and everything else that doesn't have to happen, just not putting pressure on it. So those are my goals. Tales of Eliza Black, sending it, launching Courting Danger with the least amount of stress, returning to #second romance sometime this month. That's it. Okay, Do y'all have writing goals? I know several of you write and have been writing since you've been following me. Where are you on your writing journey? Or do you want to post? Are you like, I write for myself and no one else? Or are you like, yes, I want to do it? Is the chaos of my journey scaring you? Listen, just jump in. What are your publishing goals? What are your publishing timelines? For those of you who are just like following along because you are part of the faithful few, hooty hoo! Hi, drop a 10 heart if you're just like, I'm just following because I like you. And if you're a writer, talk righty to me. Okay, y'all have an amazing day. Drink water, drink tea, mind your business. Consider masking up. It's getting a little nasty out there. So consider masking, getting your booster, staying in, taking, I don't know, some Zicam, something. Take care of yourself out there.